Happy Sunday, you guys. It is Eve here with Tombstone Tea. As promised, this is my Sunday check-in, um, my mental health check-in. I wanted to see how you all were doing. How's the week going? Um, I'm trying to think. We, of course, had the inauguration this week. There's been a lot of policies that have been happening. Quite a few raids that have been happening. Um, so I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are, probably distressed. You know, some people are probably happy. So I don't know. But I just wanted to check in with you all to see how your week has been going, how it went. I'm trying to think about what I did this week. I really didn't do too much this week, to be honest with you. I do have a funny story. My battery is dying, so I may have to go find my charger. So hold on, let me pause that real quick and let me find my charger. All right, so I found my charger. So I was supposed to go to a funeral this week. Not really a funeral. My sister from another mister, my friend Jess, her grandmother passed away a couple weeks ago, and so I was going to go to the graveside burial service that was held at St. Adalbert Catholic Cemetery. That's like way up north in Niles, Illinois. So it's a like a two-part cemetery. I'll show some pictures hopefully above so you all can see what I'm saying. I'll throw in some overlays and things like that. Now that CapCut is back, we can do our overlays again. So anyway, I called myself being 15 minutes early and was still late, which is so embarrassing. So the graveside burial service, according to the obituary online, was supposed to start at 11:45. So I called myself, leaving out because I live way on the south side, close to Indiana. So I had to go way to the north side, by O'Hare, past O'Hare, to O'Hare Airport, if you're not familiar with the Chicagoland area. And so I had to drive, and I haven't driven on the Kennedy Expressway. That's the expressway that goes from downtown to like O'Hare Airport. If you ever fly in through O'Hare, I would definitely say fly in through Midway. But if you are on the Kennedy, apparently we have a little. Do you need something, mister? He wants to be seen today. This is my cat Bean. His name is Benedict. Oh, please don't get me started because my daughter has like a whole Benedict Carter Reed Abdullah. Anyway, so his name is Bean for short. He went back to the window. But let me see if I can straighten out this camera. So I went into, because it was such a big cemetery, I was like, okay, let me go into the office and check and see where it's going to be and get a map. And I called my friend. Of course, she wasn't answering the phone. I, expected that. I didn't expect her to answer the phone. But, well, I'm not going to lie. I expected it to be on vibrate, but it was on silent, which is very respectful. You know what I mean? And then I went in to go get a map, and they were like, oh, they came in a little early. Oh, okay. All right. And then they gave me a map and showed me that I had to go to like the back half of the cemetery, which is like across the road. And so as I was leaving out of the office, here comes the funeral procession leaving out of the cemetery. So that was pretty embarrassing. So I just like put the paper over my face and ran to the car because I didn't want to be seen, or noticed, or recognized. And I sent a text message, and I still went back there, to pay my respects or whatever. Oh, Granny, you cussed a lot, were slightly over dramatic, at times comically cantankerous. Not everyone's granny cared enough about your clean underwear enough to yell it from the porch as all the neighborhood kids were walking to school. A diabetic candy hider, which we'd find, eat, and saved for you back then. Also, too easy to mess with. We know you love that box of old dirty socks and undies. Stubborn in your ways and values, classic neighborhood watch via your window, and held a grudge like a crow. R.I.P. Granny, as I promised on Christmas, I'll moon you when I see you. P.S. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell all those cocksuckers one of your favorite words to use, what you really thought of them. I decided to include these words straight from my friend's mouth in her Facebook post to describe her grandmother in memory of Eileen Arndt. But the dump truck had already, man, they are very efficient in the cemetery, let me tell you that. It was also very cold. It's been very, very cold, which is why I really haven't been to the cemetery. I actually, at St. Aldebert, sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. You know, some words you can, some words you can't. Anyway, at St. Adalbert, it's also the grave site of George Halas. You know, Halas Hall, the Bears, the founder of the Bears. So I also got to see his little mini mausoleum as well, and it was beautifully decorated. I'll show some pictures as well. Or maybe over here. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Who knows? Who knows where I put myself? You know, whatever. So that was actually pretty cool as well. And you might be hearing some stuff about George Halas right about now. George Halas was a legendary figure in American football, widely regarded as one of the sport's pioneers. He was born on February 2nd, 1895 in Chicago, Illinois, and passed away October 31st, 1983. Halas is most famous for being the founder, owner, and head coach of the Chicago Bears and which is one of NFL's oldest and most successful teams. He played college football at the University of Illinois and then went on to play professional football. He was a key figure in the establishment of the NFL in 1920, and under his leadership, the Bears became one of the league's most dominant franchises. He was known for his tough, no-nonsense approach to coaching and for being innovative in the development of strategies and techniques. He coached the Bears for 40 seasons, from 1920 to 1967, and leading the team to 6 championships. His influence on the game extended beyond his coaching career, and he was instrumental in shaping the structure of the NFL as we know it today. Halas is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and his impact on the game is immeasurable. Even after retiring from coaching, he remained involved with the Bears and the NFL until his death. His legacy lives on in the Chicago Bears franchise and in the broader history of American football. And I also got to visit another grave, which was kind of hard, and I had to drive around the cemetery. The dot kind of where to find a grave isn't necessarily accurate, but it is nearby. It was still pretty hard. I found myself. The dot is more so in the pet cemetery than where the actual grave was. So then I found myself in the pet cemetery, which was pretty sad. I should have took some video of that. It was actually beautiful because they had some really, really beautiful little headstones for the little members of their family. And then, or little cremation niche headstones, little plots. They were very cute. And then I did find the grave. I had to look around in the cold for about 15 minutes. Well, it was more like 20 minutes, and almost froze to death. And I had to, kick off snow because, of course, we got a fresh blanket of snow. But I was actually able to find that grave, and it was Dr. Percy L. Julian that we're going to learn about during Black History Month. And I'll probably give you a preview of that grave right now. So, other than that, it has been a week. It was so cold that I needed to get a jump a couple mornings. So, had to buy a new battery for the car. Which is why this video is really quick because I'm about to go out and work. So I hope that you all are doing well. I hope that your mental health is, it doesn't necessarily have to be at an all-time high. I understand that right now. But definitely just try to think positively, y'all. It's the beginning of the year. Just think about what you want to do for the year, what goals you want to accomplish for the year. Like for me, I definitely want to work and save. Work and save. I'm turning 40, and by the time that it's time for me to retire, there will be no retirement. So, and no Social Security, I'm pretty sure. So that's where we are in the United States. So you have to think about what you want to do. Maybe buy some land, get an RV, put it on the land, and live your best life. You know, being a little farmer for yourself and your family. But that's just my dream. You know what I'm saying? That's just my dream. I also want to travel the world. I need for there to be a little bit less civil unrest. But there's always going to be civil unrest. So travel. And just, have a wonderful week, y'all. If there's anything that you all want to see for Black History Month, I'm so excited because we're going to talk about people that are like from Chicago, or people that like lived here for a brief amount of time and made an impact on Chicago or made an impact on the world. And started here. So I'm collecting all of my data, but I don't want to just do graves. I want to do people that are living as well. So we're going to have some fun, and I think that I am going to maybe drop the videos on Patreon a day early or something like that, day or two early. So we'll see what kind of response I get over there. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, y'all. We are going into February. I have a few birthdays still at the end, and I have to renew my plate sticker. Money, 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 money. It is the beginning of the year and everything is due. So I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And this is Eve with Tombstone Tea signing out. And I will see you all later. Due to the shutting down of TikTok and CapCut this past week, and I wasn't able to add these photos. I wanted to make sure that I added these photos in this video because I wasn't able to add them in the video from Martin Luther King Day. These are photos from his funeral. I want you all to see the anguish on the people's faces and how many people showed up and showed out that believed in his dream for equal rights, equal voting rights, equal living rights. Everything that is being threatened to be taken away by so-called democracy today. So just remember what we are fighting for and what we are really, really trying to accomplish. And that is equal rights, peace, and everything for everyone. Everyone deserves that.